the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, coming to you from the MGM Grand Hotel in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. The glittering city of excitement and laughter provides the scintillating backdrop for tonight's star-studded roast. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Ziegfeld Room, some of the world's greatest entertainers are here tonight. They're in Las Vegas in person as Dean Martin honors our man of the hour, Gabe Kaplan. With tonight's guests, Charo, Johnny Bench, Milton Berle, Ed Bluestone, Red Buttons, Nipsey Russell, George Kirby, Howard Cosell, Joe Garagiola, Billy Crystal, Abe Vigoda, Jimmie Walker, Orson Welles, Alice Ghostly, and your roastmaster, Dean Martin, with tonight's very special man of the hour, Gabe Kaplan.
We're all gathered here at the beautiful MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas to honor Gabe Kaplan. Not because he's a great humanitarian, not because he's a great comedian. We honor Gabe Kaplan because we couldn't get Fonzie. When I went to school, I had a teacher that looked just like Gabe. She had a mustache, too. You know, when I went to school, I used to do nutty things just like the sweat hogs. Like there was this kid who used to sit in front of me. Every day I used to pull his hair out. Today, he's Telly Savalas. There was a rough schoolboy, I tell you. Fist fights every day. There were so many broken hands in our class, the kids had to pledge allegiance with their feet. As you know, Gabe's show is on TV during the family hour. But millions of our viewers wish Welcome Back, Kotter could be shown a little later, like 1980. And before I introduce my first guest, I just want to say one thing to you. You can't have everything. Remember the famous words of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, who once said to his tailor, "Forget my pants, just fix my jacket." And now everybody loves Nipsey Russell. Yeah, as a matter of fact, hold it down. When he checked in, oh no, I ain't getting off now, I got you going. As a matter of fact, when he checked into the MGM Grand, they not only gave him a beautiful suite, they gave him a waterbed filled with ripple. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Nipsey Russell.
The sweat hogs are saying make love, not war. And I said, why is that right? They said war costs millions of dollars a day and love just a few bucks a night. Gabe is a mean cat. He grew up rough and tough. When he was a kid, he used to wear wool tweed pants and no underwear. We used to call him Rawhide. I see Johnny Bench here. Johnny, when we were kids, we were suspicious. We used to slide into first base on a walk. Oh, we trusted nobody because we had been lied to. We didn't believe that Mother Goose nonsense. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail of water. We knew water didn't flow uphill. We didn't believe that Santa Claus nonsense. We know ain't no white man gonna ride no reindeer through Harlem after midnight. In one segment of the Comeback Carter show, they had the one where you had kids had been industrious. They had saved their money and they put it in a fish on the wall. And I remember little Lawrence Jacobs said he was going to take the money and invest it so he could become a tycoon. That's what we used to call the guy that sold neckwear in our neighborhood. But address my final remark not just to Gabe Kaplan, but to sweat hogs all over the world. To all of you young people in all the schools, I say, seek for knowledge, go to a college, stay there until you are through. If they could make penicillin out of moldy cheese, they can make something out of you. Peace and love.
We have a little surprise for Gabe. She's a young Puerto Rican lady who works for Gabe as his maid. Puerto Rico to Hollywood to Las Vegas, Miss Consuela Garcia.
Bravo!
Hey, she is Miss Consuela Garcia.
I'm gonna tell you about the real Gabe Kaplan. The girls he goes out with, ay bendito sea Dios, they're losers. You know, he dates one who says she's an actress. Please give me a break. She had one beat part. She bit Lauren Green in an Alpo commercial. Now, I don't want to call this girl a dog, but when she gets into the car, she rides with her head out the window. And he's even chip about his clothes. Yes, you do dress the worst. He's the only guy I know who buys used jockey shorts. From real jockeys. He makes me keep all the couches. This is true. All the couches are covered in plastic. Always looks like he's expecting rain. I serve food at the housewarming. Yes. Do you think I'm small time? That's where you're wrong, Sarabong. I served the food at the housewarming, and right away, I knew which girl he was after. She was the one wearing a sweater under her strapless gown. Thank you very much, Mr. Kaplan.
A very talented actress, Miss Liz Torres. Oh, yes, a fine new comedian, Mr. Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal.
This is not easy to do. Really, usually the roastie is somebody interesting. I mean, Gabe has the charisma of Earl Butts at an NAACP meeting. No, it's interesting. I really don't understand why I'm here. I mean, Gabe is to show business what the Yankees were to the World Series. I remember Gabe's family, of course. We were very close friends. He had a lovely aunt who was 80 years old and really hip. She used to snort Malox. But we, of course, do share one mutual friend, the heavyweight champion, Muhammad Ali. And it was on this dais last year that we both sat here and roasted him. And I asked the champ if he was going to come, and he said no. And I said, would you like to say something about Gabe? And he looked at me and said, everybody's talking about Gabe Kaplan. I don't want to roasting Gabe Kaplan. I want to talk about Gabe Kaplan. Gabe Kaplan's got the personality of Sonny Liston. He's ugly. I want to talk about Gabe Kaplan.
How beautiful, Billy. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadow.
When Dean Martin asked me to do this show about Gabriel Kaplan, I said, who the heck is Gabriel Kaplan? How can I say, welcome back, Cocker, when I never knew he went? I really was his teacher of sex education in Brooklyn. That's true. He didn't know nothing about nothing. When he had the first lesson in my class, his hair was straight. At that time, I used to have accent. Yes, you remember, I used to say yes instead of yes. And all the time, I see him very often in the studios, and all the time he's singing, everybody loves some coochie-coochie, some wine. Bye-bye, thank you.
She was very funny, but I didn't understand one word she said. Red button.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is something you should know. There is something you should know. This man who has been playing the buffoon here this evening has dedicated, has donated his kidneys, his pancreas, and his diseased liver to the Harvard Medical School. They are building a bionic lush. I swear to you, I do not know what I am doing here tonight because, frankly, I am jealous. I am jealous of Gabe Kaplan. 30 years old, and they're giving this man a dinner. 30 years old, the man hasn't even made one comeback yet. 30 years old, it's unbelievable. The man lives in Beverly Hills in a mansion with an Italian marble staircase. Dean Martin is an Italian. He hasn't got a marble staircase. That's right. He's got to fall down a plain staircase. So why are we throwing this man a dinner? 30 years old, throwing a man a dinner? This is the greatest display of nerve since Benedict Arnold applied for veterans' benefits. Some of the biggest people in the history of the world never got a dinner. Howard Hughes, whose last words were, "I left the will in the..." J. Paul Getty, who still hasn't been buried. They keep striking oil. This man gets a dinner. King Kong, who said as he climbed up the side of the Empire State Building, "Fine time for an elevator strike." The captain of the Titanic, who said to room service, "Who sent for the ice?" The communist mayor of Rome. Mayor of Rome, who recently said, "I am not now, nor have I ever been an Italian." Jacques Cousteau, who said, while 20,000 fathoms under the sea, "First I'll start with a shrimp cocktail." Attila the Hun, who once said, "Sure, I pillage, it's a living." Never got a dinner. George Washington, who once said to his father, "If I never tell a lie, how can I get to be president?" Sophia Loren's new baby. Who said to Sophia, is that all for me?
Gabe, a lot of your friends couldn't be here with you tonight, so they sent some wires. Here are the wires, right here. I'm going to read them for you. Put my glasses on. Sorry, Mr. Graffone. It's Italian boy. Oh, Mike Graffone. Nice kid. I've been an admirer of yours ever since you were a little boy in Brooklyn. I know you don't remember me, but I would appreciate your sending me an autograph signed your mother. How original of you to do a series about a school teacher's trouble with his students. Signed, Lucas Tanner, Mr. Novak, Karen Valentine, our Miss Brooks, and Mr. Peepers. Oh, here's one. Deeply resent your broad caricature of the American teenager and weird students with crazy ethnic names. Signed, Fonzie Fonzarelli. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jimmie Walker.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean, and thank you, Gabe. I must say I'm happy to be here tonight with Gabriel Kaplan, but I must admit I'd rather be home watching you on TV. Then at least I could turn you off. No, Dean's incredible. He finally got my name right, you know? All week long he's been calling me Nipsey. But I think Dean and Nipsey will make a great team, called Nipsey and Tipsy. And I guess, obviously, everybody here has seen Gabe's show, and we all realize that Gabe is not selfish on his show at all. He makes sure that everybody has a strong character on that show, especially his wife. She's got a big part. Every week she has the same line. And then what did your uncle say, Gabe? I think when I first heard Gabe was going to have a show about sweat hogs, I thought he had got jobs for all his old girlfriends. I know a lot about Gabe because we started out together at the Improvisation and Catch a Rising Star. And he was always going to the library and taking out books and stuff like that. Whenever I went to the library, I only took out the librarian. And if I kept the librarian out over 2 weeks, they charged me 2 cents a day. But it was worth it, y'all. Lots of people say that Gabe is dull and has no personality at all and he's lifeless and gets lost in the crowd. I disagree with that 200%. And if he was here tonight, I would tell him.
Ladies and gentlemen, a dear, dear friend, a wonderful actor, producer, director, anything you say, Mr. Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen.
In the world of show business, I think we must face it that our subject tonight is a man who is a figure of controversy. I have here a poll, the results of a recent poll. In the world of show business, 25% of the comedians feel that Gabe Kaplan is overrated as an actor, and 25% of the actors feel that he is overrated as a comedian. while the other half vote for none of the above. And here, I have something a little more personal. Gabe Kaplan's old high school annual. We've all had one of those. You remember back in the old days? There's a place in the back for autographs where friends and teachers and schoolmates write little sentiments. It starts off with a prediction by his principal. Dear Gabe, you will go far. Please start now. And here's one from your old science teacher, Igor. It's easy enough to be pleasant when life is all carefree and chipper, but the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his necktie is caught in his zipper. And finally, remember the river, remember the brook, remember the last one to write in your book, signed Forest Lawn Mortuary. P.S. Please keep in touch. We've seen your show, and it's later than you think.
Our next guest is one of the fastest talkers in the business. His tongue moves quicker than a hummingbird's wings, and his brain is only slightly smaller. Humble Howard Cosell.
Well, thank you very much, Dean. Forgive me if I observe that in your last sentence, sir, you flourished a dangling participle.
Yeah, well, when you get older, that's the first thing that goes.
Ah, yes. Gabe Kaplan, young Gabriel, some kind of comic. Discretion, Gabe, prevents me from saying what kind. Under the circumstances, let's run down the stats on Kaplan G. Obviously, a lightweight. Appeared this season in 22 sitcoms for ABC, mainly as a designated klutz. I'm here to prepare you for that fatal day when you'll have to earn an honest living. Perhaps you've thought of broadcasting. Well, I'll give you the benefit of a great man's experience. These are my 3 personal rules for success, Gabe. First, never be outspoken. I've never been outspoken by anyone. Learn the game. You shouldn't be up in the broadcast booth if you think a tight end is Abe Vigoda's jockey shorts. Hold gracefully. I don't try to wear hairstyles of 20-year-old men, Gabe. I buy my slightly gray hair at the temples. Finally, be humble. Never blow your own horn, even if your name is Gabriel.
This man is the most valuable player of the 1976 World Series. I think he'll be the most valuable player ever. Mr. Johnny Bench.
Thank you, Dizzy Dean. Well, Dean really knows how to make a ball player feel right at home. Ever since the show started, he's been out in left field. Gabe grew up in the shadow of Ebbets Field. That's where he learned his grammar from Casey Stengel, his good sportsmanship from Leo DeRocher, and his quick wit from Yogi Berra. Those Yankee fans are really dangerous. My 2 home runs, I had to run around the base with a police dog. Our first baseman, Perez, went over to catch a foul ball in the stands and was kidnapped. Gabe, I know that, the satisfaction you may have been rewarded, and I think you really have in playing with Amarillo and doing the things you did, have really reached the minor leagues in comedy. But your show is a big favorite of Pete Rose. Really? No, really. Pete's favorite shows are Welcome Back, Kotter, Howdy Doody, and Porky Pig.
And to honor our man of the hour tonight, we invited a bright young comic who has appeared with Gabe Kaplan in comedy workshops around the country. You may have seen him on some talk shows. I guarantee you'll enjoy his offbeat brand of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Bluestone. Ed Bluestone.
Well, as you know, Gabe is one of the best-liked guys in show business. That's why he has to have unknowns like me on his roast. It's rumored that Gabe socializes once a month. He helps Howard Cosell wax his toupee. Many personalities are here from the sports world. Joe Garagiola is here. Joe is one of the brightest men in the sports world. I once asked Joe for his autograph, and he started signing the top of his head. Joe has probably done more than anyone to dispel the myth that baseball players are stupid. That's why he's here tonight as an interpreter for Johnny Bench. Now, people only know Johnny Bench is a World Series hero, a baseball star. You have no idea what a cultured man this is. I saw Johnny Bench one night at the opera. I recognized him because he was wearing his catcher's mask. It's a great honor to finally be working with Milton Berle. For many years, Milton has said he was dying to work with me. Until now, I haven't felt he was ready. Jimmie Walker's here. I've known Jimmie Walker since he was a poem writer for Nipsey Russell. Oh, they keep Walker's show on the air by killing off characters. They have already made the first episode for next year. First show next year, Florida dies in an earthquake. And the Evans family accuses the Earth of racial discrimination. You'll notice how the entire cast of Welcome Back, Kotter was dying to be here tonight. I had a little fun at Gabe's expense, but I think he knows how I really feel about him. That's why when Gabe asked me to be here tonight, he told me they were roasting Frank Sinatra. Thank you. Good night.
Since Gabe Kaplan plays the school teacher on Welcome Back, Kotter, we thought we would surprise him by flying out his old grammar school teacher all the way from Brooklyn. Yeah, I'll go and do that. Here from PS 144 is Miss Gladys Stanton.
It's amazing, just amazing. Tonight, Gabe is being insulted by his betters, which is practically everybody. I mean, it's all right to be dull, but to make a profession out of it is absolutely absurd. Take my word for it, he never learned the basics. He didn't even know the letters of the alphabet.
I know the letters of the alphabet.
Oh, do you really? Well, let me hear them.
Somebody start me.
A. B.
C.
Go on.
There's more?
I'll give you something easier, Mr. Martin. Spell cat.
Male or female?
Well, it doesn't make any difference.
It does to the cat.
Good night. You were always good to your mother.
Miss Alice Ghostly, ladies and gentlemen. Well, our next guest is Joe Garagiola, well-known NBC sportscaster and former catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. Joe was a little late tonight because he was out getting a flu shot, which is ridiculous because in his whole baseball career, he never caught anything. Joe Garagiola.
Thank you, Dean. No, what Dean says is true. It really is. And I'm glad to have a second career in broadcasting because I sure didn't have a first career in baseball. But I'm going to tell you something, and you people won't believe this. When I was playing, the club owners were anti-Italian. That's the truth. 1953, I hit a ground ball to the shortstop. While I was running to first base, they traded me to the Cubs. I would have done much better in the big leagues, but I had a couple of handicaps. My right hand, my left hand. Anyway, I am happy to be here to honor Gabe Kaplan because he started at the bottom and he's worked his way to the top. Big deal. A gopher does the same thing, winds up in a hole. He's attractive, he's witty, he's got a lot of girls on his string, too.
I've seen some of them. They should be on a leash.
You know, I had go out with Gabriel, and his mustache remind me of my husband, Javier Cugat's mustache. They are both in the same place. You got it?
I love when she goes, Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. What does that mean when she goes, Gucci, Gucci, Gucci?
Oh, that's Spanish for your place or mine.
Oh, yeah?
Gabe, I know you wanted to be a big league ball player, but you really scored big on television, and I congratulate you. Thank you. Good night.
This evening wouldn't be complete without somebody to represent all the school teachers of America. Here on behalf of the PTA and the National Educational Association is the founder and president of Stateside Tech. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Bradford Broccoli.
First of all, it's a great privilege for you to have me here tonight. Honoring my fellow educator, Mr. Gabe Kaplan. So much for that. I'm here to recruit Gabe students and the rest of you dummies. Dean, did you go to school on a scholarship?
No, I went to school on a bus.
What does he know about education? To Dean, a junior high is a short drink before dinner. The country has too many plumbers. We don't need plumbers. We need psychiatrists. Why? I'll tell you why. Because more heads are clogged up than drained. That's why. You can read about it in my book, How to Swim Inside a Waterbed. You may ask, and rightfully so, what about science? We have a top science department. They were the first to split the atom. Unfortunately, they didn't know what it was. So they glued it back together again. Our science lab is completely up to date. Last year, we dissected so many frogs, we ran out of them. So, we had to dissect Jacques Cousteau.
Let's be serious for all.
Hey, Dean. Yeah. You want to participate in our commencement exercises?
You kidding? I can't even do push-ups.
Hey, Carol. Why don't you take a class in animal... I can't even talk straight.
Husbandry.
Why don't you take a class in animal husbandry? And I guarantee you'll find your chihuahua a husband. What about sports, you ask? Our football team had a great record last season, 4-20. Well, what do you expect from a team called the Blackbirds?
Just Charlie Callis. I told you that. Very funny man. Ladies and gentlemen, Abe Vigoda.
I'm delighted to be here tonight to share in this tribute to Gabe Kaplan. Millions of kids see him every week. His TV classroom has an amazing influence on kids today. Education is a serious business. What can you do without an education? What happens to the uneducated? I'll tell you what happens to them. Just look around you. I have a granddaughter, little Kathy. She can't wait to go to school. She watches your show, Abe, and I can't tell you how I feel. When I hear her singing, school days, up your nose with a rubber hose days. I also have a nephew, and he thinks you are great. You're a great teacher. He can't spell, he can't read, he can't write. Of course, there's still hope. He has 2 more years of college. Gabe Kaplan is breeding a new generation of kids who are not prepared for a career, who are not prepared for anything. Earl Butts has a better future selling watermelon.
Your class needs a teacher who's tough. You know, take somebody like Joan Patton or George C. Scott, who played Joan Patton. And these sweat hogs. Now, begin tomorrow at 0800 hours. We will demonstrate our patriotism. Now, you have a choice, either sound off the Pledge of Allegiance, or I'll bang your heads and make you see something patriotic like 50 stars. Tough guy that could really take over your class. Can you see him standing there, John Wayne? All right, pilgrims. Let's get those desks in a circle. Anybody can be a better teacher than you. How about welcome back Archie Bunker? Oh, jeez. Oh, dear, the bell's rung, dear. All right, stifle yourselves, dear. Okay, who's the wise guy that threw that there snowball there? Hey, You know, I don't mind horsing around, but the snowball had a Volkswagen in it.
Thank goodness, Mr. Milton Berle. Yeah!
What a night! What a night! Get a load. Will you get a load of who's on this dais? Did you ever see so many stars auditioning for obscurity? We're all here for one reason tonight. Curiosity. We would like to know how this guy got to be the guest of honor. This man is to comedy what Ernest Borgnine is to tap dancing. It's always good to see Red Buttons, who has been a smash hit on every show but his own. I love you, Red. You got a great delivery. Belongs on a truck. I've always loved Red Buttons, especially on a blue blazer. I was talking to Liz Torrey through her interpreters, and who comes from the capital of Puerto Rico, Manhattan. And there's Johnny Bench, who looks wonderful, looks like an obscene Barbie doll. When he was nervous, Bench, when he walked out on this dais tonight, he fainted. You see, he's a catcher, and he's never seen anybody's face before. You're a brilliant teacher. One of the kids asked him, Gabe, what do you think of the abortion bill? And he said, pay it. When I watch your show, Gabe, I can tell what your whole class is going to be when they graduate. Senile. Able, pal, let me give you some advice. I have been performing in show business for a long time, man and boy.
Woman.
And woman, right. But they always called me, I was known as Mr. Tuesday Night, and that's what my wife still calls me. You know why I was called Mr. Tuesday Night?
Yeah, because people would say, what's the Monday night programs? What's the Wednesday night programs?
But Mr. Tuesday Night, right. Gabe, if you really want to make it in show business, you've got to do certain things. Never laugh at another comic's jokes. Remember them, but never laugh. And develop a funny walk. And it's very easy. Put on drip dry shorts while they're still dripping.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's our man of the hour, a bright young comedian who has given television viewers a lot of pleasure, Mr. Gabe Kaplan.
This is a magnificent dais that you've assembled here tonight, Dean. Could be a game show called Celebrity Has-Beens. Not everybody on this dais is a has-been. There's a lot of never-wores, too. And Dean, it's nice of you, and all the jokes that were made about Dean's drinking tonight. And all those jokes aren't true, because Dean has never missed a day of work. He's missed weeks. And I saw Dean talking to Orson Welles backstage tonight, and Dean is going to star in Orson Welles' new picture, Citizen Wino. I saw Dean the last time he was here at the Grand. He has a specialty number he does in his act, puts a microphone to his stomach, and his liver croons, "I got a right to sing the blues." that Dean drinks. It's what he does when he drinks. I mean, today asking Alice Ghostly to come to your room after the roast. Alice, that was a very realistic portrayal of my old high school teacher. She didn't shave her legs either. Ed Bluestone. Ed Bluestone does a lot of jokes about death, disease, perversion. I keep telling him, Ed, you got to look beyond your own family. And Billy Crystal. Billy is more than a friend to me. He's a total stranger. I don't think you did too well tonight, Billy, because while you were on, Milton Berle wasn't writing. And Milton, it's okay to steal jokes, but not from the captain and Tennille. Actually, in Milton's heyday, he was the biggest TV star. So what if he had to wear a dress? He was known as the king of television and the queen of Hollywood Boulevard. This man was making $15,000 a week in all the sailors he could pick up. I'd like to thank Charlie Callis for coming here. Charlie's a man who turned a nervous tic into a career. Actually, Charlie is here tonight because we wanted to make Jimmie Walker look attractive. And Nipsey Russell is a great guy. Nipsey is a guy who'll never have to worry about being caught in the dark. He can use his teeth as a flashlight. And Abe Vigoda is here. I think we all should give a special thank you to Abe Vigoda for sitting here for an hour and not going to the bathroom once. Orson Welles. Orson Welles. Who would have thought that the genius who made Citizen Kane would 30 years later be sitting on The Tonight Show asking Ed McMahon to pick a card? Johnny Bench, my friend, hit 2 home runs in the World Series against the Yankees. Johnny, I have a message for you from the people in New York. I'd like to thank Charo for coming here tonight. Charo wasn't originally an entertainer. In a native Spain, they used her as a blender. George Kirby. George Kirby is a man who sings all right. His impressions really aren't that great. He dances pretty bad. Best thing you say about George is he's consistent. Howard Cosell was here tonight. Howard Cosell has just been named the poster boy for swine flu. And I'd like to thank Jimmie Walker for being here. Jimmie is known in show business as the Black Q-tip. I'd like to tell you what the other black entertainers in show business think about Jimmie. Sidney Poitier once offered him $100,000 to say he was an Indian. Red buttons. Red buttons, you see. Red buttons who never got a dinner! Never got a dinner. Actually, Red Buttons was the only act that was turned down by the Gong Show. But as I look over this dais, I see 3 generations of comedians and comedy actors, and some of the veterans who were around before I was born, and some of the new guys who are going to be making people laugh for a long time, some guys younger than me. And I'm really excited that they would come here to do this tonight. I'd like to thank the ladies, Charu, Alice Ghostly, Liz Torres, for coming. My friends from sports, Johnny Bench, Joe Garagiola, Howard Cosell, Mr. Orson Welles, one of the great talents of our time, thank you. And it's just funny that a kid from Brooklyn could just have an idea about the people he grew up with and have it turn into things like this. So I'm really honored to be here tonight, and unfortunately, the guys couldn't be here. They're taping another show. Actually, they're out in the parking lot stealing hubcaps. But I'd like to thank you all out there, and thank you, Dean.
Thank you. Mr. Gabe Kaplan.